start the training by a special welcome address from me to this August trainers. Let me start by welcoming you all to this training. Distinguished guests, facilitators, and participants, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this technical training on industrial energy efficiency and resource efficiency cleaner production project. This training is a vital step equipping us with skills needed of this project. I appreciate our facilitators for their expertise and encourage all participants to engage actively. Let us seize this opportunity to learn, collaborate, and enhance our capacity. Let us seize this opportunity to learn, cooperate, and enhance our capacity for the better project outcomes. I wish you all a productive session. Thank you. Looking at the agenda for the training, we quickly move to introduction and expectation. This is for all of us. You introduce yourself, what you are expecting from this training. Let us know. Name, company, and expectation. So we start from this end.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Engineer Ibrahim Musa Ahmed. I'm the Plant Manager, Head of Technical Services Department, Tawada Limited, a manufacturing company in Abuja. Yeah. My expectation is to this course is to see the current trends in terms of energy efficiency capacity building, this capacity building workshop, going in line with the modern day technology. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Daniel Igbobo, Deputy Manager of Production, Tawada Limited. I expect to learn new things, more importantly, how energy can be conserved, how energy can be recycled, and I am really optimistic that I will learn new things in this program. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Engineer Mohammed Ali. I'm the Plant Engineer at Tawada Limited. At the end of the program, we are expected to understand and learn more on the measures and strategies involving rational use of energy resources, thereby reducing demand and using less energy to get same job done. Thank you, everybody.
Good morning. My name is Teresa Ajiboye. I'm the environmental safeguard specialist for ACRESA, a project funded by World Bank. I'm interested in the program, being that in the project, we are also targeting how energy and other resources can be preserved. And we are also looking towards moving from this generator thing to solar and all that. So anything that has to do with energy preservation and clean production is also of interest, especially from where I come from, the Ministry of Environment, EA department. We are very concerned about clean production and everything that has to lead to environmental sustainability. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Abayowa from World Safety Organization, and also under the Nigerian Environmental System. One of the key interests for me for this workshop is not just being part of the training, but implementation. Ensuring we are part of, a body that implements whatever we learn here, for environmental sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Tamplana Leke Ulushola Emmanuel, the current chairman, Nigerian Environmental Society, FCT chapter. While the training is very important to us in NES, Nigerian Environmental Society, especially I want to take a leverage from the word resource. Because when you say a resource, that is anything that is useful to man, it's a resource. So energy is a key one. So any vital skill that is needed to achieve this project, especially resource efficiency cleaner, we're interested in it so that we can transfer the knowledge back home to our member. Thank you.
My name is Ichanita and I'm from AB Treated Resource. I'm hoping to learn more about conserving energy and saving energy costs and also the waste management methods to improve our daily lives. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Adeogun Joseph from AB Treated Resources. I'm the technical director. I'd love to learn about the environment because we are also into environment also. I would love to learn more to get more knowledge of energy systems and some other stuff like that so that we can know how to serve people better. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Engineer Michael. I'm from Global Smart Fit Company, Nigeria Limited. I'm here. I'm the electrical engineer in the company that maintains the company. So I'm here to improve about the energy, to preserve how to conserve about the electrical, about the energy in the company, to preserve it, to know how to customize the electrical installation, how to make use of it so that we cannot to minimize cost of electricity. So I'm here to learn, to improve so that we can run the company effectively. Thank you very much.
Good morning, all. My name is Moses Uchen Namadbuko. I'm from Global Smart Fit Nigeria Limited. I'm here to learn more on energy, utilization and the maximization of energy. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mr. Ogono Okonkwo, the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Global Smart Fit Nigeria Limited. We are footwear manufacturers, and actually, learning is a continuous process. As such, hence nobody has the embodiment of that or the monopoly of it. We're here to learn on how to improve what we have been doing in the factory. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Peter Anthony Anosike, the production manager at MS Foundation. We're here to improve our mindset, and I'm expecting that at the end of this training, that things that we don't know concerning energy and resource will go home with a better mindset on that. That's the reason why we came. Thank you very much.
Goodbye, Silver. My name is Onyek, the Managing Director, MS Company. So we're here to learn more about energy. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mohamed Hawa. I'm from HSM International Limited. I'm here to learn more on energy and resource conservation, efficiency, and how to better.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ego Abba Kingsley. I'm the Quality Assurance Manager for HSM International Limited. With the rising advancement in the global world today, by the end of this training, I'm willing and wishing to learn how to conserve energy, and also protect the environment from safer production. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Peter C. Chuendo. I'm the Office Assistant of HSM International Limited. I'm here to improve my knowledge on energy efficiency.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Abiola Oluwakemi, the Creative Director, Mo Fashion Enterprise, and I am here to learn how to reduce waste using energy efficient equipment and eco-friendly materials. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Olalo Afolabi. I'm a production staff at Quali Wire and Cables. I hope to learn how to improve energy efficiency in the workplace and help benefit the impact in the environment.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ofeoshe Gladys from Quali Wires and Cable, the field manager. My expectation today is to be able to identify, analyze, and implement energy saving in industrial setting. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Eniola Nafiu Afolabi. I'm from Kwaliwa and Cables. I'm here to learn as much as possible and see how impactful it can be in today's world. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Comrade Abdurrahman Abdusalam, Production Manager from Qualiwire. Well, our coming here is to come and learn more on how to implement the energy and have a cleaner production so we can align with the world production. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Engineer Victoria Efiong. I'm from National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency. I'm the Chief Engineer working with the Inspection and Enforcement Department. Actually, my purpose of coming here is to learn the best available technologies applicable worldwide, especially being organized by UNIDO. So as I go for my work, I hope to also disseminate the information I'm going to gather from here, help to build industries that I'm going to inspect and help them to be able to use the available resources, the energy available also to produce well and then save costs. Thank you.
My name is Philomena Sen, HSE Team Lead Abumet. I believe I have a lot to learn here to improve in safety implementation in my company. Thank you.
My name is Pege Gorailia. I'm from Abumet. I think I'm here to see if I can be able to answer the question that me asked days back because we have been operating on generators. So I think my company have been asking, is there any way that we can do away with generator and also see how we can cut the cost of production? So I think at the end of this training, I should be able to have something to answer them and also implement something that will cut the cost and also the environmental effect of the company.
Good morning. My name is Ajagun Kayode from Interior Woodwork Limited. I'm in the production assistant. I'm here to acquire more knowledge on the efficient use of available energy to improve productivity and operational performance for my organization. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Babalola Rotimi from Interior Woodwork, and I'm here to learn about energy efficiency strategies and learn new things about how to conserve energy. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ifeoluwa from Interior Woodwork. I'm here to learn about energy management and how it can be compliance. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Abgani Salau. I'm CEO Abgani Fashion Designer. I'm here to learn about energy efficiency. Thank you.
Part of the plan of the project is to develop a curriculum. In fact, 4 universities have been selected, and currently they have Center of Excellence where they intend to train. They are starting certification courses because they've secured the approval of their Senate. But ultimately, the aim, part of the boxes we must tick, or one of the boxes we must tick, is to ensure that we have a curriculum so that people can actually say, I want to get certified as an energy efficiency expert or RECP expert. Next, you have 4 selected universities that I've mentioned. We have Bayero University of Kano, we have FUPRI, we have University of Abuja, and University of Lagos. FUPRI, by the way, Federal University of Petroleum Resources, I think EFRU in EFRU. Then you have National Investment Promotion Commission. You have Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. Behind all these methodologies, there are issues that has to do with science and environmental management. You have Nigerian Environment Society. In this environmental society, sorry, I've forgotten that we have the chairman, Abuja, with us. Okay, so you observe that in this hall, you have a mix. You have some experts who are already doing things along this line, already seated with you. And we have those from industries who are desirous of learning so that they can also begin to add value to their employer's business. Then the last one, you have International Center for Energy, Environment and Development. Next slide. You to effectively align with best practices, you need to introduce ISO 14000. Then on the other side of it, you have Industrial Energy Efficiency and Cleaner Production, RECP. You have energy management. By the way, that should be industrial energy efficiency alone. So in that case, one leg of this is energy system optimization and energy management system. Just go to the next slide. The next slide, straight. Institutional arrangement. Just like every organization, there is a structure. This is more like organogram, showing how the project is implemented. At the top, you know the popular saying, he who pays the piper dictates the tune. You have the financier up there, Global Environment Facility. Under it, you have the lead implementation agency, UNIDO. After UNIDO, you have the project management unit. The project management unit is seated in Man. Then to the left, you have the project steering committee. Project steering committee is made up of heads of those institutions. And they are like the governing board, like the governing council that decide. They met yesterday, for example, in this same hall to take decision on certain things. Then, by the right, you have Bank of Industry. I've spoken extensively about Bank of Industry and why they are necessary. Then, from under the project management unit, you have the IEE working group, which is domicile, where? In ECN, Energy Commission. Then you have the RECP working group, which is domicile where? Ministry of Environment. Then here you have international and national experts. Some of the experts will be making presentation to us later today. Then who are the project beneficiaries? You can see all of them. I've talked about some of them, and of course is to show to us that both public and private sector organizations and even individuals can benefit. By the way, this is not the beginning of the project. The training you are receiving today, some people have received it years back in this same project, because we have the basic, we have intermediary, and we have the advanced. Because at the end of the day, you are going to be certified, given a certificate. Part of the objective of the project is for us to build a pool of people in industry that can beat their chest and say, I can contribute to this, I can add value. in this area. Of course, ultimately, so that we from West Africa, which is now next. So you recall that I mentioned in passing at the beginning that the project has 6 components. These are the 6 components of the project. The first one is to strengthen national industrial, environmental policy and regulatory framework for industrial energy efficiency. If you're introducing something, you need to first of all ensure that the regulatory framework, institutional framework are right and in consonance. The second one is modular IEE energy management system, energy system optimization and resource efficient production, industrial enterprise and engineering consultancy-based training and capacity building program. This is one of such. ENMS, ESO, and RECP piloting and demonstration program. That will be done. Some of your companies have written to us that they are interested in being part of the beneficiary. So beyond just training the staff, that's why you are here. When our international experts are on ground, they will also visit your factory to domesticate some of these things in your factory. And of course, give you your report, which you can use to access funds whenever you want. From the topmost right, another component talked about enhancing investment in industrial energy efficiency, improvement and cleaner production with relevant section of Nigerian industrial sector. The focus here is to also ensure that we expand the funding horizon in Nigeria for IEE and RECP. For example, some of our trainings, since we started the project, we invited banks, microfinance, commercial banks to also learn. And that is why you will see in the last 1 year or 18 months, some banks now, they have products that are geared towards energy efficiency. Fidelity, number 1, Sterling Bank. If you go to UBA, if you go to... So the part of the objective is to ensure that we also educate them, partner with them, so that in their financial institution, having learned what it's all about, develop a product that if as a customer of the bank, you need anything, either to deploy an energy efficient system, to deploy in your house or anywhere in your factory, they already have a product that can meet that specification. You have industrial and commercial ENMS, ESO, RECP awareness, promotion, service demand generation, and sharing of lessons learned. The last one is project monitoring and evaluation. Next. Which regions are we covering? Southwest, we are covering just 3 states. So whenever we're having a program like this, either Ogun, Lagos, or Oyo. Region 2, you have Warri, Sapele, Bini. Region 3, which is in the southeast, you have Onitsha, Aba, Enugu. And Region 4, you are part of Region 4, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano. Someone will be wondering, why not 6 geopolitical zones? Like it came up in the course of our PSC meeting yesterday. The answer is, you are politically correct. But because it's a pilot project, we only focus on what the project document wants us to. But if you are not satisfied with that, if you are technically inclined, let me give you the justification. If you are familiar with the industrial landscape of Nigeria, you will find industries, pockets of industries, clusters along these corridors. There are more along these corridors. Next slide. Which sector are we focusing on? Petrochemical. I know when we say petrochemical, the first thing that will come to our mind is Shell and Co, NMPC. If you are a lubricant manufacturer, you fall under this cadre. You can benefit, you can get fund. I'm just citing an example. Anything that has to do with petrochemical. Wood and furniture sector. Textile sector. Next. Basic metal, iron and steel. Food and beverage sector. Next slide. What are the key parameter to measure at the end of the project. We're expected to measure the performance. We're expected to do what? Look at 70 industries across the country. Ensure that 70 industries across the country benefited from the project. Now, I like explaining so that you understand what I mean by benefited. Number one, your employees have been educated. Their capacity has been built such that they can add value to your business. To them also, they can have certificates to show that now they are energy efficient and resource efficient, cleaner production compliant. Number three, such a company will be able to carry out cleaner production assessment in their facility, and they have a report to show what that means, to show the state of their factory. Maybe I'm speaking too high. In the case of IEE, the report that will come will show you energy waste hotspots. Which equipment is actually wasting your electricity, is responsible for high bills that you are paying. For RECP, when domesticating, doing the cleaner production assessment, they will also investigate, audit your system. What is the level, how you use water, chemical, and other things, depending on the nature of your industry. So 70 industry. But from the decision taken yesterday by PSC, the number has been reduced to 40. We can train plenty. As we speak now, from the beginning of the project till now, we have exposed over 1,200 individuals. By companies, we've exposed over 300 companies to these methodologies. There was also expected to develop a pool of 300 IEE and 200 RECP designated staff and employee of industries or manufacturing sector. So you fall into this pool. Then for university, as training and certification institution, we have them already. Next. What are the broad objectives and benefits of IEE and RECP? Number one, encourage the adoption of IEE and methodologies in industries. What are the benefits? Number one is to reduce the cost of production and improve profitability. It could be a boiler that is too old or that has an issue, is carrying old technology that is responsible for your high energy bill. Some industry that use so many motors, it could be that you are not using energy efficient motors and they are responsible. So you reduce cost of production. Another benefit is resourcefulness and competitive edge. In these days that, well, I'm from the manufacturing sector, so don't mind me if I start example with manufacturers. If you're a manufacturer now, in the last 8 years, you need to keep an eye on the market, keep an eye on your pricing mechanism. Otherwise, you will finish producing, you will finish selling, and you won't be able to produce another one. Because the cost, the price, so you need to keep an eye on it. So part of the benefit of this is that it makes you resourceful. Now, you that have the knowledge and you can domesticate in your industry, there are things you can introduce that your competitors don't know of and they can introduce to crash their cost. And another advantage is when you manage resources very well, efficiently, you produce efficiently at least cost, and you will now be able to do what? Play game. Permit me the use of the word play game. Play game with your margin. Another benefit is improved health and stronger economy. Ultimately, all of this is to ensure that wherever we are operating, we are not impacting on the environment negatively. Next one, improve brand, image, and visibility. If you don't know, if you're a manufacturer or representing a company here, there are standards now to even check that your products and the environment in which you have produced them is such that it's compliant to proper management, effective management of your environment. In fact, EU is planning to introduce something now that any product that is manufactured and they don't take into cognizance the carbon footprint of that company, they don't factor it in, they will pay additional tax before they allow such a product to enter EU. So all the total aim is to ensure that while you are producing, you are making money, you are also mindful of the environment. And you'll be able to meet all standards wherever you find yourself in the world, as well as your products. Reduce exposure to global rising energy prices. I cannot talk more on that. Positive impact on the environment. Next slide. Training and workshop conducted by the PMU. You know, I mentioned in passing, the blue represent the male, the yellow represent the female, because we are expected to take into that Madam is laughing. The PSC showed us yesterday. Fortunately, the chairperson of the PSC yesterday happened to be a woman. So, but luckily for us, we are compliant because the project document expects us to. So you can see the distribution of total number that we have trained. Next. Picture from technical training session is just to show us some of them that we've had in Lagos, Kano, Benin, Onitsha. Next. This is investment, finance and investment training. There is also an aspect of it. That's why I said you have basic, you have intermediate, that will also teach you on the financial aspect of it. Because there are funds around now. Some even come in form of grants. That if you don't know, have information about them, and also be able to develop relevant documents to be able to assess them for your company, you may not be able to effectively play your role. Next slide. Pictures from cleaner production assessment in Kano. Next. Pictures from cleaner production assessment in Ogun State. Next. Pictures from cleaner production assessment in Edo. Next. Pictures from cleaner assessment in Anambra State. The public-private session, dialogue session that we had with CEOs at Marriott. Training workshop on IEE and RECP methodologies for media stakeholders in Abuja. Before the conclusion, very soon, the picture of this segment will also be added. In conclusion, the principal aim of the project is to support industries to align their operation with IEE and RECP methodologies. So we'll be glad if at the end of the day, after the training, we are able to practice. And our doors are open, our phones are open. You can reach out to us for clarification and additional information where necessary. Undoubtedly, this will facilitate efficient use of energy and resources and help to maximize environmental impact, improve energy consumption, reduce production cost, while maximizing profitability. In the first phase, over 1,000, that number has increased now, participated in the series of training and workshop conducted by implementing partners, 61 manufacturing firms, 35 government, we need to update this, department and agencies, 5 professional associations, 37 news, media. We need to update this, PAA, because the Abuja alone is more than 37, and 6 institutions were effectively engaged. In addition, cleaner production assessment was conducted in 6 selected companies. All of the above represent significant stride towards sustainable industrial practices. On that note, I would like to say a very brief thank you for your... Do we have question? clarifications? Because this is just an overview of what the project is all about. Do you have any question? If you are not asking question, it means two things. It's either you did not understand anything, I've not said anything, or I've been able to effectively present what the project is all about, and it's so clear to you now. Oh, this last one is the answer. Okay, what of Coyote? What's your own answer? You are just doing like this. What's the answer? Fantastic. Oh, you have a question, ma? You have a question? Okay. Okay, I think on that note, I would like to thank you for listening.
Is baseline energy use. When we talk about baseline energy use, for every assessment in energy, when you want to do energy assessment, baseline is very crucial. If, for example, how do you know if you are actually making savings? What will you compare yourself to? So usually, the baseline, when you are making your baseline, the purpose of that is to be able to track if you are truly making savings or not. So there are also technicalities around that again, but we'll still talk about that later. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, so now I want to talk about the methodologies that we'll be using. We have the ASHRAE level energy audit. ASHRAE. When we say ASHRAE, ASHRAE is the Association of HVAC engineers in the United States. They give a lot of standards. So they are big authority about energy consumption and energy saving opportunity and measures and everything around it. So they have like three levels. So when we say ASHRAE level 1 energy audit, it means a kind of walkthrough energy audit. It's not usually it doesn't really take too much of activities. For example, me just coming here and just looking around, and I find places where probably by operational structure, how things are being done. Let's say, for example, when I got here, I found the windows open. I note that. I check. I assess the facility, and then I come up with a kind of assessment, and I just okay. This is a walkthrough energy audit. It's not usually detailed, and most times, depending on the facility, sometimes can take like half of a day. You just going through the facility, asking questions, and doing a lot of things to understand the basics, like how they operate, why they do the things the way they are doing. Because sometimes it will not really make sense when, as an energy auditor, you just get to a facility and you see some things that they are not doing well. Not picking it. Picking it is not the first thing. The first thing is you want to understand why is it like that. Okay, for example, the incandescent bulb that we just spoke about. Let's imagine that it's like in the agricultural sector where they have to use the heat to still warm up the chicks. So it will not be nice as an energy expert I just get there and say, oh, you are using incandescent bulb. You are wasting energy. So we change it. No. So the purpose of energy audit, or when you want to make energy savings, is to make the productive better without making people without inconveniencing the people that are doing it. So I will not say, okay, because it's energy, so we now give them conditions that will now make it not work. No. So now the second level of energy audit is that is a detailed energy audit. That's when you come up with your loggers, you do assessment, and then so okay, let me chip this in. Assuming we are energy experts and we just come here,
How do I prove if the lighting here is actually enough for this room? Just by looking at it? Would that be nice? So how do I? So we have equipment that we use for that. It's lux meter. So let's say, for example, I'm here. I pick the lux meter, lux reading at different points in this room. And based on standards, for this kind of room, there is a certain amount of illumination level that should be in this room. And I check with what I've gotten. I found out that, wow, the energy consumption here would have been reduced. Probably they don't need all these bulbs. Probably they just need 4 here, 4 here. Instead of 6, 6, they have 4, 4, 4, and it's still attain the standard. Then we can say, oh, you have to delamp this place based on that. But that has involved me measuring. So in detailed energy audit, there is a language like a slogan. You cannot manage what you don't measure. So when you measure it, that is when you'll be able to manage what you have measured. So now another thing is, how do I know what is the consumption capacity of these bulbs here? Can I just come in and just look at them and just say, okay, this is just 10 watts. That's just, can somebody guess what the wattage of this will be? Somebody. 6 watts. Are you sure? Are you sure? Another guess, 8, 10. You know, we're only guessing. And finally, you can be there and just see that it's just 15 watts. And this also depends, because it's not because it is LED, because this is a kind of general misconception too. People believe that the moment they hear LED, it must be 10 watts or 5. No. Even within the LED bulbs, we have those that are more, we call them, they have higher brilliance than others. The luminance level is usually higher than some. So it's light efficacy. So if, for example, I have a certain set of LED bulbs here that consumes, let's say 10 watts, for example, and give me its amount of light here, and I need 10, I will now be forced to go and get 2 of those bulbs. Are you getting my illustration? And that will make me have more energy consumption, and I cannot tell that just by seeing, especially when you don't have the inventory list. So how do you do that? You take the measurement, and by taking the measurement, you can now compare. They have 6 bulbs, they have 100 bulbs in this place, and they are consuming this. So if they actually reduce the bulbs, what would have happened? Okay, let's say, for example, well, we'll still get to that when I will talk about energy saving measures. So, but you know, that's about level 2. It's more detailed. You want to do analysis, you want to understand why this is like this, why this is not like this. You have all the data, then you bring out insight for them, you recommend for them, and that's all. But we have level 3 energy audit. Level 3, it is investment grade energy audit. This is where you project manage the stuff. Now you have recommended, okay? This is what you should do in your facility. Okay, that's nice. Then the next thing will be that they are now procuring. Let's say, for example, they are using incandescent bulb here, change it to LED bulbs. Okay, they want to procure it. They are procuring it and they are installing it. And at this level, before the procurement, of course, you must have, even at level 2, you should, in your report, there are metrics that you need to add, you know, to make the report make sense before it's scaled to level 3. To understand what is the rate of the MPV, that's net present value, like what would be the ROI. You want to know what is the higher internal rate of return, you know. All this will be metrics that will help you to present your findings and then make you fit for level 3. So in a nutshell on that, before you can, it's possible you do level 1 in isolation, but you cannot do level 2 in isolation of level 1. Do you understand? Do we understand? Then you cannot do level 3 in isolation of level 2. Okay? Then the other methodology that we look at is benchmarking. What's benchmarking? Oh, we have globally accepted benchmarks for different facilities. You have gotten, okay, this is the best practice in the world for my kind of, this is the amount of energy that I'm supposed to be consuming. Well, maybe because I don't understand some few things, some things I just take for granted, then it makes it hard for me to really make up with that. Okay, let me give a very strict example here. This is a Panasonic AC, and the idea is not to speak down on it, but this old version makes it hard for you to make savings. How do I mean? Now, this temperature, the thermostat, if we check now, will probably be at 16 or 17. But it is not always that you should have your temperature at that range. A degree C, when you have a degree C increase in your temperature, instead of putting it at 16, you put it at like 17, you have about 4% energy savings in your consumption. That's the right thumb rule. So now imagine, probably you just feel like, okay, I just want to put my AC on. You put it at that low temperature. You don't really know what exactly is consuming you just look at it that the AC is consuming, too much. It's not about the AC consuming it too much. It's about you understanding your need and understanding how to set the thermostat to the appropriate. But now we don't have the temperature settings on it. We find it hard to predict what it's consuming at the moment. Do we understand? Some people, they will leave the let's say the door open or the windows. They don't understand that. What happens is that because energy flows from hot regions to cold region normally, but the AC works in the opposite direction. Try to pick heat energy from a conditioned area and take it outside to a hotter region. Now, imagine the building envelope is weak. Imagine the door is not good. What happens? There will be heat energy will be forcing itself in from those weak places. And then your AC would be overworking to meet up with the temperature that you have set it to be. Am I communicating? Now, but with benchmarking, you have an idea that I'm supposed to be consuming less, but I'm not there. That orientation is enough. That awareness in you is enough to push you. That's what am I not doing well? And you cannot get that without benchmarking. Am I communicating? Okay. Then we have ISO 50001 framework. Yes, ISO 50001. This is a kind of standards, international standard organization, of course, they have standards to how you can implement, how you can plan and execute all this. So there is a framework to that effect that can also guide you to achieving that. I'll talk about that also tomorrow. Then monitoring and reporting. The monitor, I spoke about the benchmark the other time. It's just to give you an awareness from, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm consuming now. But it's the monitoring that in that sense may not be as comprehensive as what I'm talking about here. Now, sometimes you can have meters. Okay, in the context of what I'm now talking about now here, We have some smart meters, for example, that you can put at different rooms or different places. So let's say, for example, we have 10 A, B, C, D rooms. And at room A, either people are there or people are not there. They still consume the same energy. Probably the AC is always on. Probably the lights are on. By monitoring using smart meters, you'll be able to know that, because there are some smart meters that even as you are here, you can monitor your house in, let's say, Lagos. You can know what is consuming this energy at this time. So then you want to give an order. What are you doing there? Can you change the operational control? Why are we consuming this at this point, in this facility? Okay, we are not producing at the moment, but why do we have the fan operating? Then you'll be able to ask questions, and they'll be like, how did you know that this is there? In the long run, help you to have savings on your energy. Let's continue next, please. So the impact of high on sustainability. It's like, why should we? Why should I be concerned? Well, cost saving, and I know all of us, in fact, when people are talking about their expectations, I heard people saying, of course, I want to save cost. So that's a big one. We cannot overemphasize that. Then increase profitability. Of course, when you save cost, you will be able to use the money to some other things in your facility to make it work. Then it reduces dependence on fossil fuels. Okay, at instances when you cannot do but to use generators. And because you have learned about energy efficiency, you are able to reduce the consumption. That may help you in other ways. Okay, let me quickly chip this in. Let's say, for example, in your facility, and this is very common in industries. Some of them may have power quality issues. I want to believe we understand when I start using some of this term. Are we familiar with power quality issues? We say facilities having power quality issues. Are we familiar? Are we not familiar? We are familiar, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. So now, okay, when I say, okay, let me put it this way. When I say power quality issues, in electricity, the study of electricity, we believe that current flows like water, and the pressure that makes current to flow is the voltage. So let's say this is a container. Let's say from here to here is a conductor. If you touch the conductor here, this is connected to supply, and you touch conductor here, what happens is that current has been flowing through this means. The moment you touch it, the current sees you as a part to go back to heart. So what it does is it just maintains that route to come through your body down to the heart. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, in the process of the water, of the current flowing, sometimes some equipment we draw more current than usual. We draw more water. Let me put it that way. Look at it like water. Imagine this is a pipe. Imagine you have, this supplies one device. This supplies the other one. This supplies the other one. So there is now one here that demands current, that demands the water more. It will pressurize this pipe. True or false? So when it pressurizes this pipe, you see the pipe sometimes shaking, like forcing the fluid to go. So the same thing also happens in electrical concept. So when currents are flowing and you have some devices that pull, because of their capacity, they draw more current than necessary, they create more speed of the
of the electron in the system, making the system unbalanced. And sometimes that's what you see on cables that becomes hot. When you touch the cable, you see that the cable is not just unnecessarily hot. Why? Because the current you are expecting for that cable sizing is now more than what is passing through it at that moment.